You have to go through all the consequences. People just want to manifest, but they don't know the consequences. Hitler wanted a world war, so almost the world war came, and many people got killed, millions of them. But then the intentions of the whole world are respected, and the world war ended, and Hitler got killed himself. It's not the question of manifestation, it's the question of consequences. We have to think of the consequences. Okay, I want a lot of money. Okay, money will be manifested, but what are you going to do with the money? How are you going to handle the money? The moment you have a lot of money, somebody will come and kill you and get that money. The consequence is that you are getting killed. You don't see that consequence. For me, the word consequence is more important than manifestation. What are the consequences of those things which you want to manifest? That is the topic. You build a big pyramid. You want to manifest. Okay, people will come. Then how are you going to feed them? How are you going to treat them? Can you manage all the people who are going to come to you? How are you going to manage them? You want to marriage, but what are the consequences of marriage? Children will happen. Are you ready to raise all the children? Yes, I want to get married. That's very fine. So you get married, you get some partner. But what are the consequences? A lifelong relationship exists. And if you are not able to carry it properly, then you have to face all the consequences. Law of karma gives you a clear picture of consequences. So, my dear friends, before you think of manifestation, you must think of consequences.
Hey. Happy morning, friends. And a wonderful evening to all the friends connecting from the other side of the planet. Okay. So yes, Patriji very well mentioned this important pointer. So we always want to manifest, but we also need to be aware of the consequences. I think it's simple. So the most important point what we need to have in our mind is why I'm asking for something, what I'm asking. Suppose if my wish is to manifest a car, so there could be multiple versions of looking at it. Maybe I want it because my neighbor has recently bought it, and my colleague in my office has recently bought it, and they are telling a lot about it. One version. There is other version. Yeah, it's a beautiful tool to have. Maybe one of the important needs where we can go together as a family, a group of friends, have a nice time, which will enable us to do many things in a much quicker way. And we are having a great ball of time together as a group in that vehicle. So, yes. So, so there are two different things here. Suppose if you consider the case one, where the desire came in me because I'm not having it and someone else is having it. So if you see the underlying emotion of this case one, it is coming from the feeling of lack. I don't have, I don't have, I don't have. And yes, so this intelligent field, the important factor for the intelligent field is what is the emotion that I'm vibrating with, what is the feeling that I'm with at this moment. Okay, so this guy is with this feeling of lack. So let me bring him more and more events that would attract, that could amplify the feeling of lack in his life. And eventually, I might attract more series of things which would amplify that feeling of I don't have. Now, tomorrow, one more desire, which comes from I don't have. And eventually, I might manifest that car, but then I would not end up uh, with that feeling of happiness. Whereas if we go for the case two, so if you see here, this is coming more from the want to have a great ball of time with the family and with the group, and together we want to travel to the great places, to the energetic spots, and then want to have that experience, want to enable us to do more and more things in short span of time. So whereas if you see the underlying emotion of this particular case, it is coming from the feeling of abundance. It is coming from the feeling of want to experience more, want to live the life more richly to the greater extent. So we always need to ask this question to ourselves: why I'm asking what I'm asking? Is it does it enable me to do things more? Does it enable me to live my life with more freedom? Um, does it enable me to be more useful to the people around me? So there is always this beautiful example that I used to listen in our classes. So there are, mm, in fact, I think the field also gives more importance to the intent, which is useful to more and more people. Suppose there are two people who are coming towards the signal, and maybe one person wants to um, go for a party, just a gossip with group of friends, and the other person wants to go to a college where he wants to deliver a session on how you can live your life in a much better way using the tools like meditation and enhancing the knowledge through books. Um, Both of them are wishing for the green at the signal. And obviously, I think consciousness will give more attention to the person who wants to go to the college, because with this experience, it can um, experience more and more things. So even when we are manifesting for something, we can ask this question to ourselves. We can ask this question to ourselves. Um, what I'm wishing for, is it useful for more people in a grander scale? And always let's have that pointer to ourselves, like, is this wish what I'm asking, is it coming from the feeling of lack, or is it coming from the feeling of abundance? Okay, so yes, nothing to worry about it, but we get this understanding more and more when we um, are in this path consistently. The more knowledge we get, so we stop running behind the things which doesn't add value to us. Um, Again, if you read this book of Living with Himalayan Masters by Swami Rama, there is one beautiful incident that's between Swami Rama and his master. So the master asks Swami Rama to travel around the Himalayas and then come back. So Swami Rama goes, and then during his travel, he meets one of the Siddha, where that Siddha is able to uh, bring up the fire from the mouth. He just opens the mouth and then uh, uh, spills the air, and then he's able to generate the fire. And this will amaze Swami Rama. Oh my God, such a wonderful skill. My master has never taught me all these beautiful things. He's just wasting my time. So Swami Rama gets so much angry on his master. And then after his trip, when he come back to the ashram again, he will be questioning the master. So many years I have been with you, and you have never taught me any of these things. Then master asks Swami Rama this question. Um, how much time did that person invested to gain this skill of generating fire from the mouth? Then Swami Rama says he invested 20 years of his life in sadhana to get this skill. Oh, 20 years. Okay. Now I am giving you this half rupee. Go to the shop and get the matchbox, he says. And Swami Rama go and get the matchbox. And Master asks Swami Rama to lit the fire. So if you can get this fire with half a rupee, why you have to waste for 20 years of your life to generate this something? Is it worth? So that's a big aha moment for Swami Rama at that. Oh, okay. Sometimes we might be amazed of the things unconsciously, but then we can really ask ourselves, like, is it really worth to invest so much of time, so much of energy, or so much of money, where it can be experienced in a much easier way? All right, so it all comes with more and more knowledge. When we are in the group of like-minded people, automatically these insights come to us intuitively. Okay, so with this, now let's get into our meditation. And then after meditation, we have a couple of masters coming up to share their transformation stories. All right, so get into your comfortable postures. Close your eyes, put the hands on your chest area. Visualize that aha moment. Either could be from the past or from the future. Sit comfortably, either on the floor or on the sofa. Close your eyes and be with your breath.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your specs removed, eyes closed, keep your hands on your chest area, resting your attention on your sacred heart. Can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel the seat of all emotions. With your attention, your heart center, connect with it, love it, appreciate it. Your heart knows be with that heart center, the center that is expanding your life with its emotions of love, joy, compassion, gratitude. Feel it, dear friends. Connect with your heart center with a relaxing breath. Notice it. And bring up an experience from your past or from the present of love, of joy, of gratitude. And then relive that moment and feel that energy, that emotion. Relive that moment and feel that energy. The more you experience the energy of love, compassion, gratitude, the more coherent you become in your body and mind, the more coherent you become with all things and everyone. And allow yourself to direct that energy, spread that energy to all things and everybody on this planet, or to those who are in need. Where you place your attention, there you place your energy. Feel. Relive that moment and feel that energy, and allow yourself to direct that energy to everyone and everything. We are all interconnected in this field of energy. The more you experience that emotion of love, compassion, the more connected you become, the more coherent you become. Coherence is the basis for higher experience. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are in this powerful group meditation. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to slowly go into that calmness, emptiness. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize you are in thought, go back to observing the breath and allow yourself to slowly go into that emptiness, the field of consciousness. All emptiness is energy. The longer you stay connected to this field of energy, the more coherent you become, the more open you become. The more empathetic you become, merge into that calmness, emptiness, where there's no body, where there's no thing. become aware of the emptiness, that calmness, the field of energy This is your divine self. That greater field of energy connecting everything and everyone. The more you are with it, with this energy, the more one you become, the more whole you feel. Friends, at this time, I'd like you to express gratitude deeply to all things and everyone, to this mineral kingdom, to this plant kingdom, to this animal kingdom, to this human kingdom, to the angelic kingdom. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay. Hope you enjoy the session, dear friends. Wonderful, Pradeep.
Thank you, sir.
Consequences is an important topic to not misuse our powers or to not waste our energy. Hitler utilized all his intense power of manifestation but then it had its consequence. He had to be killed, he had to go through, and many subsequently had to go through who participated. A consequence of everything that we do knowingly we do things is when the impacts are more. What do you manifest? Somebody was saying, I work for a blood bank, and then do you manifest a lot more blood banks to be given or distributed? Do you manifest wanting to give many blood banks to be distributed? What are you manifesting in the end? You're manifesting more accident to happen, more people to suffer to not have blood. Is that the right thing to do? But when meditation is taken, the guidance is there. Essentially, the guidance is that follow your inner. If your inner is telling you, do it, do it, a heart-centric approach. You already have homes. You have a home, a living. You already have adequate money coming. Our mind is always overruling the heart. But then because you're used to a job, you want a job. Because you are seeing all your friends are acquiring anyway, so you want one more acquisition. So in that moment, You have an opportunity to utilize your money some way, but you don't look at it. Instead, you say, friend is all investing, you also want to go and invest, okay? Invest a second, third, fourth home, consequence will be there. And we accumulate anything that's not necessary, which means your consequence is there in impacting to somebody else, somewhere else. Necessary? Where is the necessity coming from investing in a fourth home and a third home? The fear is there. It's a mind-ruled thing. Our mind is ruling. There is no way this intelligent here will tell you. Our mind, when there is a child wants to eat something, when there is stuff out there, just wants to eat. Mother is the heart is telling, enough now, stop, otherwise you'll get into trouble, consequence. That mother is this meditation, which is helping us to tune into heart. Moment to moment, friends, moment to moment, it is telling us what's right, not right. The moment you're about to take a decision, pay attention to your heart center. If you're not sure, go into meditation. Go into meditation, validate consequences. If you validate your feeling, whatever you're doing, is it necessary? Ask this question, is it necessary? Can I live without it? Do I have to have it? In any case, now, those who sincerely practice will automatically tune in, as Pradeep was mentioning earlier. You'll automatically tune in what is relevant, what is not relevant, what is necessary, not necessary, what is wasteful, what is useful. These things will come. But first, we become a child of a co-creation. We play, go into the playground. Now I understand that I do have all the power to create. First step. We want everyone to understand that I have the power to create. Be empowered. You meditate, you tune in, and then things that are necessary for you, you'll come in. When you're doing that visualization exercise, that Rakeshi covered, and doing visualization, that feeling has to come about whatever that you're wishing to experience. The feeling is not coming, you already are started up with the wrong goal or a wrong experience. You're seeking simply because somebody has it, you want it. That's a lack consciousness. And you're realizing that emotion is pouring out. You're loving it. You're going around doing whatever that you're doing, you're loving it. Just feel elated. Your heart opens up. There's compassion, there's adventure, that joy, all that is coming naturally. That means you set on to something that you're going to create. You can use visualization as a guidance to know what is right and what's not right for me. That emotion has to come. In due course, when we meditate, it'll happen that what is right, not right. We at BuddhaCEO Quantum Foundation are very, very happy that this fundamental wisdom that you and I as consciousness have the power to create, number one. We're happy that we are able to share this knowledge. Number two, when we base this as a meditation, then we create more responsibly. When we meditate and create more responsibly. When you meditate, you know when to take guidance. When you meditate, you take inner guidance. You know that you can need to double validate. Then we understand that I know how to patiently wait. The timing is not mine. I will wait for whatever that is I'm wishing for patiently. I look from business to growth to happen. Can I wait 1 year? Why should it wait 3 months? We know how to patiently wait. Or in other words, we let go of the timing. You draw from your heart space things that you want to manifest. They're going to make you really, really joyful and happy. Number one. Anything else you manifest, you spend a lot of time and energy, and then when it comes, You say, oh, okay, so that's all it is. It's over. That feeling is gone in the next few minutes or moments or days. And I say, only for so much that I had to run around and get this, and finally I don't get any enjoyment because it's not in your list. It's not in your list. So this thing is more deeply driven through an intelligent heart space. Second, you dream, visualize, apply all mind faculties. We are given this beautiful power to create, and so utilize it. Third, let the timing be the consciousness. Let the consciousness choose the timing. In other words, let go of the control of the outcome. Continue to do the good things, continue the right things. The three fundamental things we do. And so the question about we getting attached, we are utilizing, misusing, all that disappears, dear friends. Important to know that I can create rather than to worry about if I ask for something, I get attached to the outcome, and so then I get stuck and all this. This is a different philosophy. But when we understand, when I combine with these three, then we are utilizing our knowledge, our intuition to create the right things and experience life. When you tune into your heart center, then you tune into your purpose. Not until that time. We tune into your purpose. Every meditator will get to that for sure. If not today, it's going to be tomorrow. Keep doing it. My dharma is different from your dharma. No experience is lesser or higher. Somebody is the beginning of it. If I desperately want to experience something, like one of our masters shared, she wanted to experience a business travel early in the career. She did. It's okay, over. She was happy. Rather than trying to transcend that thing, desire, and say, okay, don't get to desire, she happily experienced it, enjoyed it, transcended. And then today she's one of the greatest masters, beautiful masters, doing so much work as managing director of PMC Hindi. She came out of a job, and high paying consultancy job, and then she spreads meditation. Her dharma then was that. My dharma could have been something else. But what you feel is what we do. Then we'll always be right on manifestation. That's what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Yadechasi tada kuru. He told everything, but he said in the end, do what you feel. Yadechasi tada kuru. Do what you feel, but keep knowing what is right. There's the mantra, dear friends. Keep knowing what is right, but do what we feel. These classes help us to know what is right. But in the end, we do what we feel today. The tuning center. So for this meditation, to knowing what's right, all the wisdom. Thank you. Yes, so we have some, always love to listen to the sharing that we get to hear. Because my perspective or anybody's perspective, Pradeep's perspective is one. Your perspective is another. There are so many perspectives. So yes, let's start with our masters today. We have Chandra Mohan, Master Chandra Mohan, and then Raji Ji, Raji Iyengar. Both of them are part of this mission called Be Supermind, the Coherence Technology Platform, which is enabled all of us. If you are joining through BuddhaCEO App today, it is through that platform that we are joining these sessions. This technology is powering BuddhaCEO and will power many, many organizations which want to spread right knowledge and wisdom. We anticipate several other spiritual organizations take on this platform to give their wisdom and courses through it. It's a spiritual wellness platform that they're part of. But then the beauty is they're meditators, staunch meditators. They understand what meditation is causing them, and so then let's listen to them, friends. And hi Raji, hi Mauli, wonderful. So let's start with Mauli. Yes, who is introducing?
Yes,
Pradeep.
sir. I'll do. Yeah. Okay. So quick intro about Mauli. Molly is a product and payments technology leader with 5+ years of experience, skilled in end-to-end product delivery, cross-functional collaboration, and optimizing digital platforms for business impact. At Kotak, he led payments gateway integrations with 16 plus aggregators, streamlining process and improving efficiency. He's an IAM trained professional. He now drives user-centric innovative solutions as a product manager at Quantum Coherence Technologies. Introduced to meditation at a young age by his parents, active contributors to Spiritual Tablets organization founded by Dr. G.K. Singh. He credits it with shaping his life and outlook. Okay, over to you, Molly.
Thank you, Pradeep Garu. Big words, but thank you for that. So, like I said, I've been introduced to meditation, I think, in 2003, uh, and I've been meditating from that time. But that's 23 years of my story that started with meditation. But I'm going to tell you the important points of what has happened in this 23 years. I'll try to give it like a story because I personally like stories. And it started, like I said, when I was in third or fourth standard, when my parents said, so we found something called Anapanasati meditation, and we're going to start doing this because we find value in this. And being the children we were, we felt it was very wonderful. We started meditating how much ever time we want. So before going to school every day, we used to do a group meditation session, and it was very wonderful. We read a lot of books. My first book, I think, was the autobiography of a yogi when I was 12 or 13 years old, and it was wonderful. Every experience was wonderful, and I was like, I should get these experiences like what Paramahamsa Yogananda ji got them, and it was very happy. But then it slowly started, questioning stuff because you get into teenage, and then I know it's fashionable to argue with your parents when you're a teenager, but they were very patient and answered all our questions. And um, but sometimes what happens is we used to come back from school and we thought, okay, we'll do something together with our parents today, and then we come here and suddenly see 15, 20 people doing satsang. And we were supposed to sit with them and participate in the satsang. And then we had weekend plans with our parents, and suddenly a trek comes up or a meditation class comes up, and our plans used to go for a toss. And then we started questioning stuff, and then something wonderful called science came up, and then logic came in, and we were like, no, this is all hypnosis. Your mind comes up with something where all these we don't think this is real. So that was one phase when we were in teenage. And so what happened was, I used to constantly read a lot of books, be it spiritual books or science books or fiction. Then there was one, realized slowly that science was what I thought was absolute truth, but the other things that don't have a scientific basis is what I felt at that point in time. But then I realized that J.J. Thomson, when he first proposed the atomic model, that was the absolute truth. But then suddenly Rutherford came up and said, no, that is not how an atom looks like. And then our whole perspective of science changed with just one discovery. That's the same with geocentric or a heliocentric model, till someone came up and said that, hey, no, Earth is not the center of the universe, but it is actually the sun. I mean, it is not now, but then till that point in time, that was the absolute truth. Science kept changing until the next discovery. But the absolute truth that I learned about meditation did not change in all these 23 years. So then I realized that being scientific doesn't mean that you want proofs. It is just that it is always one step ahead of science. So that is what I felt. So then I've logged in into meditation completely, putting aside my logical mind. But you will always need a physical experience to go with your beliefs. So that happened for me when I was in 2017 or 18, when Chandra sir was actually, he was always propaganding manifestation and meditation. But I just left my job in that I got selected in my campus because I was not happy doing what I do. I came back home and then I wanted to do an MBA, and I wanted to do it in one of the most prestigious colleges of India. So I gave CAT, but I personally did not put in so much effort because I don't like putting in effort when I study. So, but in the first year I couldn't convert any of my colleges. Then my mother said, Either you'll have to study or you'll have to apply meditation that you have been knowing for a long time." So I said, but there is no method to this. How do I do this? So then I met Dr. Chandra sir uh, at one of our cousin's wedding, and so I know him for a long time, but then this is the first time I went to him with um, a question saying, "Sir, this is what I wanted, but I'm not able to do this. How do I do it?" So he's took me through the entire visualization process, meditation, and how do I achieve it. And I said, okay, let me try this because I liked his way of explanation and it was very scientific. So I started applying the concept of manifestation. And I'm honestly telling you, they were like, we were supposed to give 90 odd tests, but I gave only six practice tests for my CAT preparation. But I was very confident that I'm going to crack it because I've been doing the other stuff, which is meditation and manifestation. And I kid you not, I got like 94 percentage in CAT, 97 percentage in ZAT, and 99 percentage in IIFT entrance examinations. I converted 10 IIMs and 6 IITs when I couldn't even convert a single IIM or an IIT the previous year. So yeah, I mean it works, but uh, you'll need, there is one point in time where you will actually put it into your personal experience also, but till then I would say hearing experiences like this and following what our masters are telling will help us, even though you personally might feel that I did not experience something, that will definitely come. So yeah, going forward, I got married in 2021, and Patri sir came to our marriage. So I was waiting for his message when he came onto the stage, and he's told my wife Anu that you're going to be happy. This is our life design, and he's given her a message. I was waiting eagerly for my message, and he came and punched me in the stomach, and he said, "Keep her happy." I'm like, "Sir, but what about my happiness?" But I didn't understand at that point in time when he said, "Keep her happy." I got into my job after my IIM. I like I said, I worked for Kotak, where we're doing a lot of tremendous work. But I personally did not feel that gratification that you get out of a job. So I put it out into the universe that I want to do something where there is a service aspect of it. Then obviously I put it out to Chandra sir also, and Chandra sir and Vani ma'am, they gave me a wonderful opportunity saying, I mean, I just put it out to the universe, and suddenly, I think last year he came up and said, "Hey, Mauli, we have an opening for product implementation manager at QCity, our technology partner. Do you want to be a part of it?" I said, who will not? Please, I obviously want to be a part of it. And that is how my journey started at Quantum Coherence Technologies, under the wonderful leadership of Sai sir, Rakesh sir, and Raji ma'am, so they're always user first. So what can we do to our masters? I'm very grateful that I've been a part of QCity for the last 8 months now. Our dedicated team has been doing some wonderful, tremendous work. We have this huge opportunity to serve all of you grandmasters, and the product also has come up wonderfully. We have some new features that are coming up in the next release, and I would say now we have grown to a stage where we have more than 650 active users in a day, and we have registered users from over 72 countries. So kudos to Buddha CEO team, and thank you all for this tremendous success. But like we said, we are always uh, wanting to make it better experience for the users. We have started, taking product interviews, I mean user interviews, where we understand what is needed and what is going good for the Buddha CEO application. We've already gotten some interviews and some good feedback on how to move ahead and what other features that might need are needed in the app. But I urge all of you to, if you have some feedback or if you want to share your experience of using the Buddha CEO application, the website, kindly contact me. My email ID is mauli@bsupermind.com. And you can contact me or Anjali. And if you have something to share about our app, if you want, it can be both improvements as well as positive feedback. We are always welcoming that. And yeah, looking forward to connect with you all. Thank you.
Awesome. The manifestation story is a very powerful story because we gave him less time, we had to compress it all. It's actually quite inspiring if you go into the detail. So please go on a Saturday masterclass and explain in detail. Mauli Garu. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Yeah.
Are you keeping Anu happy?
Yeah, I'm keeping her happy, but like I said, I'm trying to keep myself happy by helping everybody else also. So that is what I think Patri sir meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you. So
Thank you,
friend,
sir.
thank you. Yes. We together can help. Our intention of BuddhaCEO and the Be Supermind, which Raji may talk about, is to fundamentally rapidly scale and adopt meditation everywhere. Rapidly scale adoption of meditation everywhere and do consistent wisdom, replicability and consistency of the wisdom. And of course, bring a platform where it becomes a habit. So many objectives are there. But the core thing is that somebody sitting in Ghana, Chile, or any country in the middle of the night, they should not have to feel that I'm missing something here. And I'll be able to tune into it and then gain the same wisdom that you and I are sitting here and we're doing it. It's sort of many objectives are there. And this is going to be a platform that will help where, billion people on the earth, 8 billion people, everyone must become a meditator. And so these platforms also do give you time and share where you feel it can get better ideas. And then it can get definitely better when you give your ideas. Take an active part. I know many of them are technologists are there. Many of them are enthusiasts of utilizing technology. So you can absolutely come forward and then take an opportunity to shape this platform in a way that every grandmother, every person who's got a mental illness anywhere in the corner of the world be able to use this technology. Thank you. Thank you, Morley. Yes, Raji.
1 second. So Raji Iyengar is a Chief Growth Officer at Quantum Coherence Technologies and has 37 years of experience in the IT industry. She has held leadership roles in both multinational corporations and startups across Asia's Pacific region. A strong advocate for meditation, she has been practicing for over 10 years now. Raji is happily married and has 2 children, 2 grandchildren, and 1 grandcat. Okay. She skillfully balances her personal and professional life with a sense of serenity and purpose. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Rajapati. Thank you, Chandra. Mauli, that was lovely. It's always good to hear stories. And we sit, we meet very often in office, but when you hear experiences through, these kind of sessions, it's always wonderful. It's always a pleasure to join sessions like this. And I have shared in the past several times on manifestation. Manifestation is one of my favorite topics when it comes to meditation. And I'll come back some other time to share more on this. I have shared in the past, but I will talk more about it in some other sessions on how well it has helped me both in personal and professional life. Yeah. And as Patri sir said, it's absolutely about the consequences. And as Chandra was mentioning, Chandra sir, about the joy that you feel when you're visualizing, and that's when you actually enjoy when it actually manifests, right? Let me step back and share a few things. Now, they say that the longest journey one will ever take is the 18 inches from our head to our heart, right? It took me several years to realize that I'd been stuck in my head. I'd been stuck in my head the whole time. I was in pursuit of truth, an uncertain search it was for a certain truth. I didn't even know at that time what I was searching for. This was many years ago. Yeah. The search was for pure consciousness. It still is. So at that point, I said, okay, let me transform this uncertainty that I have into an opportunity for exploring more. So I went down the path of reading and following several religions. Hinduism, of course, was one that I was born with. I'm getting a little into this because I wanted to just show my path, talk about my path and my journey. I also went deeply into Jainism, read books. There is very good, excellent learnings from each of these. There was on Atma Siddhi Shastra that, I've read. Then went into Buddhism, Nichiren, Daishonin, chanting part of it. Still didn't get my answer. That search was still there. From religion, then I moved to the spiritual path. Several books in my younger age. My father was a meditator, and we had books of Bhavan's journal those days, and Swami Vivekananda books, J. Krishnamurti books, Sri Ramana Maharishi books, which were very deep at that time. I did read those books. If you've read Sri Ramana Maharishi books, the question of who am I is a very deep question, right? But when I was young at that time, I didn't really know, and I would say, why are they writing, making this question look so complicated? Who am I? I'm a student. Somebody is a doctor. Somebody is a, lecturer in college or professor. Where is the complexity in this? We all know who we are. Right? Now, when you read books over and over again, you get into the deeper meaning of understanding certain philosophies, certain, deeper meaning of life. And as Mauli mentioned, then when you get into the science aspect of it, unraveling the truth, then that starts appealing to you. I'm also from a science background and more on astronomy and astrophysics. I used to work at the Nehru Planetarium in Bombay for 5 years, which was well before my 37 years of working in the IT industry. And, in astronomy and astrophysics, you are constantly looking up at the sky, at the stars. And when you look up at this vastness of this universe, that's when you realize that it makes you feel both humble and proud. Humble because you realize that you're just a small speck in this entire universe. And it makes you feel proud because in spite of being that small speck, you can comprehend, your mind, your conscience can comprehend the vastness. Now take that outside in universe, and meditation then got me into my internal universe. Meditation for me brought in a lot more conscientious, to be more conscientious. Now, when I talk about work, it definitely went into building more resilience for me. I worked in large corporates, as was mentioned in my introduction. And there, you face the different kinds of challenges in the corporate world. But with meditation, like I said, you learn how to build that resilience, and I'll talk about a few examples there. Another thing was also about when you get into meditation, one thing that really goes out of the window really is fear. And the other thing is suffering. Both this somehow for me just kind of dissolved. So when I say fear in my career, there was always this, I had this curiosity to look at roles which I've never done before, instantly. So I was in sales, I was in technology services, I was in marketing, I was in partnership, alliances. Every role, of course, taught me great things, great experience. But the fear of I would raise my hand when I'd see an opportunity opening up in the organization, whether I had the experience or not, but there was this urge to know that, I can do great with this. Yeah. So like I said, with meditation, fear went out of the window, suffering went out of the window. An example of how suffering, I'll explain that a little more. Just a few months back, I had dislocated my shoulder. And Mauli, thanks to Mauli, he drove me to the hospital in the middle of the night from Pyramid Valley to, we went to Dayanand Saraswati Hospital there. And, when you've broken your shoulder, when your shoulder is dislocated and there are multiple fractures, it's very obvious there will be pain. Body and pain go together, right? So there was pain. But pain is inevitable. Suffering need not, right? And Morley, I'm sure you can say that later as to, whether there was suffering or not. There was pain, but there was no suffering at all. So meditation really helps you, take away these couple of things, fear and suffering. Coming to career growth, as Naga Pradeep introduced, I was in Asia Pacific and Japan. I mean, I was doing roles heading Asia Pacific and Japan in certain business units where, and in those 10 years of being in Singapore, I had done 7 different roles. Great opportunity for growth, both in India as well as this in Singapore. And one thing that really came to me, again, I think a lot more on the meditation side, was that you do business with when I said conscientiousness, it's about integrity. You're doing business with integrity when you're dealing with several countries, doing one multi-million-dollar deal, or rather several multi-million-dollar deals across many countries, across many cultures. So you bring in that integrity of doing business, right? And as part of those leadership roles that I did, it gave me opportunity to sit in board meetings, to meet CEOs, CIOs, the chief financial officers, etc. And one thing that always worked. Now, when we talk of growth in any organization, invariably, when you talk of growth in organization, people talk of 3 things. One is the people, second is the process, and third is the technology. Yeah. So when I was meeting these C-level executives, one thing that always came is that even though I'm selling technology to them, I would always come from the place of what is this going to do for them? 2 things. How is it going to help that CIO or CEO to become a larger person within his organization? When I say larger, not necessarily from growth, but as a human being, how is it going to make him better? And of course, the organization. Genuinely, that was the thing that you go with. It's not just about selling your product and making money and going away, right? So the whole process is more than the actual act of selling. And meditation actually keeps you on that path. So that was one of the examples that I wanted to share. Now, let me come down to, I met Chandra many years ago. I had come back to India. I was relocating to India, and we met at Sanofi, and where he was the CEO. It was just one meeting, a coffee meeting. And we didn't speak anything about work. He spoke about meditation, and for me, that was the biggest, wow, they're talking of meditation. And he invited me to Sanofi office. I go to Sanofi office where there is a dedicated meditation room. And those days, I was quite surprised that, somebody would, dedicate real estate for meditation in an office space. Google and all came with, a fun space like playing games or billiard boards and things like that. But meditation I had not seen in an office. And genuinely, we all would meditate before meeting. And so my meditation practice became much stronger after that in the last 10 years, because the technique that I got introduced to was Anapanasati, which is the most simplest kind of technique, as you all know by now. So that was great. And that also helped me because it was so simple. The only thing that is there with us from life to death is our breath. This was one meditation process where we didn't need any prop. There was no lighting of a lamp or agarbatti or whatever, or aromatherapy or candles or whatever. There was no prop required. It was just your breath and it's there with you no matter where you go. So after learning the technique and getting into practice, I was also able to sit and do it in several places, including public transport in Singapore. It's easy to do that once you've understood the technique of doing it. Of course, thoughts come. Of course, you get disturbed when somebody is entering the bus or so, but you know immediately how to go back to that. And that was the most pleasurable way of meditating for me, sitting in a public bus and meditating. I always talk about this. I take the opportunity to talk about this just to say that it's not complex. It's so simple. So, don't get bogged with I need to sit in a quiet place or I need to have a dark room. Maybe initially those things help, but once you've practiced, and practice is what is required in meditation. And that brings me to, Be Supermind, of which we are all part of and proudly part of. Be Supermind is a platform that we are taking to corporates, to organizations. We do understand that there is a lot of stress and anxiety that gets created in organizations, and that stress kind of starts cascading. Something that is started in the office, and the genesis of that stress could be somebody has told you something. There are unrealistic deadlines you've had. There are heavy workloads. And each of the stress then gets into a physiological response. Your cortisol level goes up or your adrenaline goes up. You have, different hyperactive, reactions, etc. So we thought that I strongly believe that this is something that where you get stressed in the office, your relationship with your peers, your managers, when your manager is giving you a favorable input, you take it in a negative way, all this comes up, right? Then that stress that is generated or is started in the office, you carry that stress along with you, and on your way to back to home, on the road, it has multiple disruptive ripple effect, right? Stress. So on the way you are commuting back to home, you're screaming at somebody. Suddenly, the power that you didn't have in the office of shouting back at your manager or something, you've got this power behind your steering wheel when you're driving back home, and you start yelling at people and on the road with your windows up. Misplaced power, right? So stress that is created somewhere else is getting cascaded, carried through, and then it enters your door in your house, it enters your bedroom, and it affects relationships there. And people who are at home are waiting for you to come back and be present and share. They want to share their day with you, and you're there physically, but we are not there mentally, and that's so unfair to them, right? So this is one thing that we and we believe, since all of us have been meditating, we strongly have worked in large corporates, we believe that this is required very much. Stress and anxiety and well-being is just one part of it. There are several benefits of meditation which comes when you're at work. So Be Supermind is an app that we take to organizations. And we also believe that it is not just about an individual. It's not just me or you meditating and elevating ourselves to different energy levels, right? It's also the peers. It's also the groups. It's also people in another function. And I'll give you an example here. When I used to work in Singapore, when I went there initially, there were several inputs. People would say, "Oh, you're a woman, your growth is not going to be great, or you're an Indian person, or your growth is not going to be great, or you're in sales, you have limited, etc., etc." And then we start believing those limiting beliefs, right? But however, with meditation, those barriers were not there. But I'll give you an example of collaborative work. So while I was in sales, when we bring in large deals, there's an approval process that happens in the office. The finance team, the services and the delivery team, they all sit together and discuss whether this is a viable project to take. So in one of those meetings, a very large opportunity, which in the history of HP was never done before those days, I was leading that opportunity. And when I went into that meeting, I was invited to talk in that meeting about what the opportunity is. But apparently, salespeople don't usually enter the room when finance discussions are going on. So the finance lady there who was in charge, again a regional head, took offense to that, and she, in her own way, she actually asked me to get out of the room. Those were the actual words used. Now, in any situation, you take offense immediately, right? So I'm sure you've spoken about this you all have discussed this in the meditation classes about whether you react or respond to that situation. So it was very easy to have reacted, but I didn't do that. It was a response, because you understand, you become more collaborative, you become more empathetic, you understand where that person was coming from when they were yelling at you, right? So meditation in corporate world, I feel, is very, very important when you have your peer groups sitting together and meditating, and everybody being elevated to similar energy levels. With that in mind, there are lots to talk about this, but as Mauli mentioned, please reach out to us. This is an app. The reason we also went for this is that when we talk to HR and when HR introduces meditation to their employees, many a times it's a one-time wow feeling. People meditate together and they say, wow, this feels great. I felt good. I'm very relaxed. But then that's just a tick in the box for HR. It's more like an activity that usually is done, right? So now when we have the conversation with them, we say, no, we don't want it to be, one-time experience or one wow feeling. The benefits of meditation comes when you go through sustained practice. And here is a tool, the app, which is very well loaded app, lots of information, lot of programs, lot of wisdom. The features are excellent, and I'm sure you'll know when you download it. That will help you stay on the path and continue the practice of meditation. So that was what I wanted to talk about. I mean, I can talk more about the app, Chandra, if you want, but maybe some other time.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Rajesh. She's talked about as a corporate executive. They are very powerful messages, integrity, and truly, of course, we all heard. Hey, be on the client side when you're selling or any time. What do they want as opposed to what you want? What is in it for me versus how can I help them? Meditation makes us to be that. What is in it for me dissolves in towards and then slowly becomes how can I enable the other person? It can be anybody outside on the other side. It comes naturally. It's not an intellectual exercise you do. Intellectual exercise all collapse in a time of crisis. But what is naturally inside is there. That's the difference. Those who have a lot of money intellectually are able to give and donate because it's called intellectual empathy, cognitive empathy. Empathetically, they'll say, okay, there's a right thing to do, I'll give. But when suddenly, let's say Corona comes, everything is shut down. They also block suddenly giving because they're worried from they suddenly have fear. Oh, whatever I have, first let me first understand if I give or not give because I don't know what's going to happen. In crisis, you drop. But a spiritual empathy, that you truly, truly feel that you're one with the other, there's no change. There's no change. A corona comes, somebody sadly, you lose your job or something. You're not changing your help is help because you're not connected spiritually. You recognize that they and you are one. You recognize that you'll be taken care. So that's what she's talking about. A leader or anyone in a corporate world, then we do the right thing at that point. Meditation gives us to what is the right thing to do. Okay. Finest executives that I worked with, that it's so easy to go. That's how it should be. Not too much friction, and then being able to one can easily get in with coherence with Raji Madam. All right. So, friends, be supermind is something that we deeply believe in. That is taking meditation to corporates, like many other organizations are working to do. And we recognize corporates need some more services, special focus towards corporate issues. And so this service platform combined, it's not just about an app, it's about a service into the corporate. a limiting beliefs, a group limiting beliefs are there in an organization. The entire organization believes that certain things are not possible, which is what stops the growth, which is what causes friction, because you have a belief about a manager, about a division, about this, and then it cascades. And so then you have constantly friction between two divisions, because this division has a group limiting belief saying that they're constantly judging. Where does it come from? Nobody thought that, okay, if we collectively change our thought, then they will also change. I can rub my energy onto it. And so then we do a program about reframing your belief system as a group. And if a group of leaders come together, do it, then of course it's possible. Of course it's possible that then they have the desired outcome they're seeking. Just have to step back. And so all of those, this organization, Be Supermind, helps in providing the right service, right cohorts, and right things, so that meditation becomes fundamentally a habit for business leaders. And that's one of the fundamental reasons why BuddhaCEO came into picture. But then recognize that you need to have a corporate entity to be able to deal with corporate challenges. And so then we have Be Supermind, and to take meditation leadership into the corporate world, which means government world, education world, healthcare world, all of them. The one of the important conference in this direction is this global conference of meditation leaders that we do, and then we're doing in April, is to bring up meditation to the leadership visibility and say this is a common boardroom practice. It's not a personal practice to limit ourselves to. It's a boardroom practice to talk about. When the leaders talk, employees take on. And we ease them. And so then people come out and then speak about it. And I bet in my experience, when we go to the corporate, anybody, 50% already is practicing meditation. Nobody wants to talk about it because it's a woo-woo. But it is not woo anymore. It is a beautiful thing. We must come out and share. If I'm doing AOL, no problem. You're doing Isha, no problem. Do it. Siddha Yoga, do it. Brahma Kumaris, do it. How does it matter? It's a practice you're taking up. Wonderful. So thank you, Rajiv Madam. And of course, we took a long time today, but it's an important message. Fine, people are there and not there, but then we'll get this recording out to bring out what we are standing for. Thank you.
Hey,
Everybody gets a heart. Everybody gets a soul.
fine. Okay. A quick announcement. Being a Saturday today, we have a masterclass, Indian time 5:30 p.m. From Richa Madam. So just see if you can join those friends. Also, okay, yeah, that's it for today. Yeah, thank you.
That we can be smart, that we can be kind, that we can be living by giving and loving all the time. So on the days when it's feeling tough, and it seems like you don't have enough, well, let's be thankful for our friends and family, and grateful for the air that we breathe, and appreciate everything that we have today. Let's be generous to anyone who has less than us. It's good to be compassionate, 'cause ever since the day you were born, yeah, we've got a lot to be thankful for. Yeah, we've got a lot to be thankful for.
Yes, sir.
Conclude. Any comments to read out?
So a lot of gratitude comments.
Like what?
A lot of. Yeah, I mean, about the session, thanks for the amazing session. Excellent sharings. Lots of gratitude for today's sharings. That's it, sir. Mostly, yes.
That's an important part. Appreciate gratitude.
Okay, so would love to hear the detailed story from Mauli, it seems. So we'll get Mauli to one of the master classes. And yeah, we can all listen to his story in detail.
Okay. Right. So we'll meet tomorrow and do any Q&A. Thank you, Mauli. Thank you, Rajiv. And we have to thank Sai and Rakesh and entire V Supermind team for doing this amazing work, enabling so many Buddha CEOs to experience these morning meditations and anti-wisdom beautifully through the app. Somebody works for it and then we enjoy it. So in return, we give it and so somebody else enjoys it. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, friends. We'll meet tomorrow, 6 a.m. IST. Until then, have a nice day. Bye.
Everybody gets a heart, everybody gets a soul, everybody gets a mind to let them know that we can be smart, that we can be kind, that we can be living by giving and loving all the time. So on the days when it's feeling tough and it seems like you don't have enough, well, let's be thankful for our friends and family and grateful for the air that we breathe and appreciate everything that we have today. Let's be generous to anyone who has less than us. It's good to be compassionate, 'cause ever since the day you were born, yeah, we've got a lot to be thankful for. Yeah, we've got a lot to be thankful for. Everybody gets the land, and everybody gets a seed. So everybody lend a hand.
There was a question, how can we join the master class?
'Cause we can be nice.
If you are part of the WhatsApp groups, you will get a message with a Zoom link. Yeah, if you are part of the WhatsApp groups, you will get a message with a Zoom link.
And
But otherwise
recordings
also,
will be available in YouTube also.
okay.
YouTube live also will be there.
So the YouTube live is there at 5:30 p.m. You can log into the BuddhaCEO Live One YouTube channel and you can follow the session from there as well. Okay. Okay, someone asked, how can I contact Pradeep? So I'm putting my number now. You can reach out to me.
I am thankful for my neighbor. I'm thankful for my dog. I'm thankful for the food I have to eat. I'm thankful for my heart. I am thankful for my grandma and grandpa. I'm thankful for my teacher. I am thankful for my house. We're thankful for the earth.
So on the days when it's feeling tough and it seems like you don't have enough, well, let's be thankful for our friends and family and grateful